Hey, this is Mr. Gianelli, and I'm back with your technology tips for this year. So let's go ahead and get started. So this first one I want to talk about is a website called Nearpod, and I just heard about it recently, but I've tried it out in my classroom a couple times, and it's a really cool program. So what you do is you go to nearpod.com and you sign up. It's free, but only for 30 students. After that, you do have to pay. So if you have more than 30 students, it is a little tricky. Sometimes they can kind of share or trade off. If you have one kid rotating out, and so if you have a class of like 31, occasionally one kid won't be able to do it. It's not the end of the world, but it is nice. You can also pay. I think it's like, I don't know, $100 a year or something like that to get a license. But basically, I've created these, and I'll just go ahead and jump into one of the ones that I've created called What is Graphic Design, so you can see how this works. You create a session, and it gives the students a code, and you can also send them a link. They go to Nearpod and type in this code. So it's sort of like Kahoot in that way. And when it starts, this is what it looks like. So basically, it's a PowerPoint lecture. I'll go full screen here. And so just like a PowerPoint lecture, the only difference is, well, one of the only differences is that they actually get a projection of this on their monitors. So if you have a class set of Chromebooks or iPads or whatever, they're seeing this on their screen as well as what you're projecting. But it gets even cooler than that. So as we go into this lesson, it asks students to sign in, give their first and last name, just like in Kahoot. And then what I go to I might have a question like, okay, what is graphic design? And what happens is on the student end, they actually see right here a place to type. And so they actually type it in, and then they click send, and then their responses get popped up on the screen. Now, if you don't want their responses to be visible to the whole class, you can just blank out your projector, or you can show them as they come. Either way is fine. But you wait until every single student, the participation goes to 100%, is done answering, and then you move on. So it's completely interactive. And it'd be great to do like a pair share ahead of time. Okay, turn to your partners, tell them what is graphic design. Now turn and on your computer, click and type in your response, and you see it right there. So it's a great way to check for understanding, just like whiteboards, but you can get more detailed answers, and it's fairly quick. So then you move on. You can do some more slideshows like this, just like a PowerPoint. And then there's like a pair share activity right here. And then again, a writing prompt. Okay, what did your partner say? And then they would type it in. And then I show that you can actually attach some pictures, and I think that the images are not showing up on my end, but on the student's side right now, they would see an image, a picture. And I asked them, what is your reaction to this? What does it make you think of this restaurant? So they are now seeing an image on their screen, which I'm not seeing on mine right now, but it's an image of a sign, and then they have to write about their response. So I give them a different sign and ask them the response. And then this one's really cool. Draw a quick sketch of the Nike logo. So now they actually on their screen are seeing a drawing pad, and then I want them to just quickly sketch out the Nike logo. So this would be great. You can give them like a diagram, an empty cell diagram, and they would have to actually write in the parts of it or something like that. And then they click send, and again, it pops all the responses up on your screen. So you can see what the students are doing in real time. And then this was just more slides. And then at the end, I did like a poll. So you can do poll questions, and right when they answer, it quickly creates a chart of their responses. And right here is like a pie graph. So this is really one of the coolest tools I've seen. I mean, this is, I think, the best things about a PowerPoint, the best things about something like Kahoot and like whiteboards, but you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. The benefits over whiteboards, I think, is that you can ask more in-depth questions. And it's also a lot easier for you to check every single answer. You can really quickly do something like this. If you want to do whiteboards for just an ABCD, multiple choice, that's a really fast way. And again, unlike the whiteboards, you can see exactly what number of students did what. And if you don't want to project this, I think it might even say the name of the students and what they picked. If you don't want to project it, you don't have to, so the students wouldn't know who said what, but you would have a good understanding. And you can also do the drawing part of it, which is really fun for the students and can be very useful. You can attach pictures so that they can draw right on top of those. It's just a really cool tool. The students really enjoy it. It's a little tricky getting set up, And I'll just show you how to do that right now. So once you are logged in, to create a new presentation, you start off by, so right now I'm in my library, and I just want to create a new Nearpod. So what I'm going to do is click right here where it says New Presentation, and here we go. And you can add a slide. So it can either be an activity or content. And then this stuff costs money. There's some web stuff, but since I have the free version, I can't do that. So I can include a slideshow, a video, audio, sorry, just a slideshow or a slide. So I'll just do a slide like this is normal PowerPoint. And hello. Here you type in your information, and you can add an image, you can add text, you can, I guess audio. I've never played with that, but how are you? I'm just going to save that. So then when I go to play this presentation, all that is just a slide. It's not interactive at all. But if I want to do an activity, here's your options. You can do an open-ended question, which is when the students are just going to type their answers. You can do a poll, which when you have A, B, C, D, or whatever, and the students click on the one they think is they either agree with or think is correct. You could do a quiz, which is going to ask a series of questions, and the students will give the response. Or you can ask for a drawing. And then at the end of the presentation, you'll actually get a report of all the answers. So if you wanted to embed a quiz in this, you could, and you can actually, if you wanted to grade it. So I'll just do a open-ended question. So I say, how was, oops, your caps day? Sorry, I can't type. It's hard with the mic there. Okay, I click save. And it's as simple as that. Now when they get to that part of the slide, it starts off with this, and then we get to this slide, and they actually are going to be asked to type something, and the answers are going to go up on your screen. So let's try another one. A drawing. You know, draw a picture of your, I don't know, what you had for breakfast. And again, you can include a image here if you wanted them to draw on something that you already did. So I click save, and when we get to that part of the slide, which I control which slide they're going to see, every time I click next, that's the one that they see. Then we draw it, and then I could do a poll, ask them questions. So there's just a lot of things you can do with this. Also with Nearpod, there's a lot of public ones. Some of them actually cost some money. They actually want you to pay. But if I go to like Explore, you'll find that there's just a lot of different Nearpods. You can choose a grade level, and there's a ton out there that are already created. Again, some of them do cost money. They want you to pay. I think if you get the version that costs money, I think that you actually get some of those for free. You don't have to pay for each individual one. But if you have a free version, there's not a ton out there because they want you to pay. But this is just a really cool tool, and I'm going to make another video pretty soon where I'm going to show this being used in a classroom, sort of like I did with Kahoot last year. So I encourage you to take a look, and please send me an email if you have any questions. Thank you.